Yes guys, hope everyone is good. So we're back in for episode number 2. Still haven't really called it a series, or have we? What have we called it? Pro debut. We called it the pro debut, so episode 2 of pro debut. Today we're in for chest. This is my day today, which is a double day, so I'll do chest now at what is 12 o'clock, then I'll come back later on and do delts at 7. On a double day, on a chest day, I have a slightly higher day, so on a Monday and a Thursday, my carbohydrates go from 120, so I've been running around 120 carbs every single day, and then on these days I go to around 350 to 400 today, and things are moving nicely. To be honest, today is the first day actually where the high day food's gone in the morning and I haven't felt that instant hit of fullness and vascularity going, almost like it's gone through me a little bit. My body seems to be running away with me a little bit this week. 3 pounds down since yesterday, which is leg day, but condition has significantly improved as well, so you're going to get periods of time like that where your body gets a little bit flatter, looks a little bit more stuck down, but at the same time, because I'm so responsive, I'm still really fresh. We'll have a high day today, it'll pull me out. Also, it's just arm day tomorrow as well, so that'll help me freshen up, and then we should be ready to go again for the latter stages of the week, moving into a 5-week out mark. So far, we'll have a look today as well at where I'm at. So far, I've been really happy with everything. The amount of tissue I've managed to hold on to on such low food, and for me, 40 to 50 minutes of cardio a morning, which is relatively high. I'm surprised for myself personally that I've got any muscle mass left. Usually I disappear, but Milos seems to have a really good handle on how things are working with myself. He's very, very good in keeping that fullness. It's one thing he's known for is being able to keep his athletes full. So he said to me, if you can get in condition, which I can, is my bread and butter, then he'll be able to get me full, and hopefully that's translated to the stage in a lot of parts. So today again, high volume, reasonably high volume, but because we've got 2 sessions today, there'll likely be, I'll probably be doing around 40 sets of work today, so around 20 sets now, 20 sets a little bit later on. We'll take you through what we're going to do. Again, at the minute there's nothing too giant setty in terms of how Milos' style of training would be going, because Neil's doing open bodybuilding and we had to compromise slightly on volume across the session because Ben Chow, Neil's coach, didn't want Neil to be doing so high volume. We've met in the middle a little bit and I do a couple of little bits extra, so you'll see there that pec deck, for example, is 4 sets, Smith press is 4 to 5 sets for me, whereas Neil may do a little bit less today. We'll see how he feels. And then we'll take you through the session, guys. Some cues coming up on how to improve your chest. I'm not going to tell you how to get a massive chest because I don't have a massive chest myself. However, it is significantly improving and I feel like I've sussed how to do it. So I'll give you some tips on how I found that really helps. And then we'll have a little look after, see where I'm at posing wise. Hopefully it looks okay today. It's been looking okay all week. So fingers crossed that you get a good look at where I'm at 5.5 weeks out. And yeah, let's get on the session, guys.
Yeah, talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence.
It's out as well, point out. I still feel very, very good. I think this is an individual thing. I think if you're 5.5 weeks out and you feel terrible, that's fine. But for me, being like 280 pounds, that's where I feel terrible. The 12 months, the 18 months I'm in off season is where I feel awful. When I lose all the weight, I'm naturally very skinny. My body's happy here. So even though I'm getting leaner, my body just feels very settled, very good. Sleeping 9 hours a night. The food for me, I'm still not hungry. I don't know how, but I'm not.
I think you've got more energy now than when you're off season.
100%. I feel great. My sessions are electric at the minute, the connection. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be nice if I could get a proper pump, but like training wise, it's probably better than off season, strength wise and everything.
24, come on, chest up, chest up. I love you can call a number and you have to do it.
I have to do it. We do it anyway. If someone calls it, we do it, but I have to do it.
I could see you were going at 18.
No, 20 was perfect reps there. Our first exercise, pec deck, 4 sets of 20 to 30 reps. We generally do 2 sets of 30 and then a 20 and then 2 20s. The one thing I found on here is when I used to do it, and same with any chest movement as well, so If you're struggling to build your chest, there's a few things that'll help you. So flexibility and mobility, number one. If you're coming in this position, drop your shoulder back and pull your hand here. If you don't feel the stretch across your pec minor going up here, and you feel it in your anterior delt or your bicep tendon, then you're just far too tight here in order to be able to engage the chest. One thing I did was work on a lot of mobility to be able to pull my arm here and feel this here for the first time. When you're there as well, thoracic extension, get your chest up as high as you can. One thing you don't want to be doing in a pressing motion especially is having your shoulders in front of your chest. You want to make sure that your chest is as high as possible with your shoulders back. And as you press, keeping your chest there, not engaging like this. So a nice high chest, stability from your scapulars, making sure you get the full stretch feeling on your chest. If it's going anywhere else, you need more mobility, flexibility to be able to tuck your shoulders down. And then just nice and steady, no inertia, no momentum. Very slow out of the bottom part of the stretch, very important. So as soon as it's on your chest there, you keep it on your chest. Keep your chest high all the time. Never ever try and dip your chest. You start to dip your chest, that's again when it'll go on to other areas. So high chest, flexibility, mobility, stable scapula, shoulders back and down, slow out of the hole. Some good points there. Good stretch, come on, don't speed it up, just drag it through. Big chest, come on. That's it, that's it, that's it. Good warm up to start.
You guys following Jimmy on YouTube. He has a very rare undiagnosed form of autism. We have to use the same bench. There's like 15 benches in the gym. We have to use the same one every time. Even if it means rearranging the gym to get it here, it has to be the same one.
I just like what I like. That's all it is. Attention to detail. If you follow me for a while, you know attention to detail in everything for me is paramount. By now it's pretty self-explanatory why we do the pec deck first, especially if your chest connection is poor. Vital to get blood in there, get it pumped up, feel in the length and feeling in the short one. And then for me, coming onto a Smith press now is something I would never ever usually feel. That's why I know that my chest training is coming to the next level, because I can actually feel this with a flat press there rather than having to get a machine that converges in at the top. So 4 sets on here, we'll do 2 sets of 15 to 20, then 2 sets of 10 to 15. I'll finish my 4th set with a little bit of a drop, whereas Neil will probably just go straight through. Getting heavier every set. Again, nothing super heavy, tension on the muscle, time under tension, making sure that we can control the weight properly without it transferring onto the body parts. And now we work. 1, 2, work now. 3, 4 and 5, big chest, big chest. 9. That's you, that's you, that's you. 10, 10, 10. Good. That felt nice. So you see then as well, like nowhere near failure. For me now, I've got that connection, I know where I need to be. So next time I can go a little bit heavier, whereas the fatigue will creep up a little bit more, go a little bit heavier, a little bit more fatigue. Final set, as heavy as my chest will allow. Probably a failure set into a drop set there. Yeah. And actually a very good piece of evidence where load isn't always a be all and end all is Neil's not a very strong presser. In fact, in terms of strength across the board, he's not super strong anyway, but his chest is fucking huge. If any of you see Neil's updates, the size of his chest is ridiculous. And that's just done through intensity, just time under tension, drop sets, squeeze sets, rest pause sets. He's trying to build a little bit more strength now as he's going into open to see if that'll correlate to new more denser tissue. But for somebody who's been not lifting very heavy for a long time, he's built a huge amount of density along that top line. You're fucking 4 plates aside. 2 plates aside is where it's at.
A little bit more aggressive. Come on. 1, good. 2, good. 3, good. 4, good. Let's go. 5, good. 6, good. Keep it moving. Come on then, come on then, come on then. Come on then, come on then, come on then, come on then. Yep.
That felt nice. That was all on chest everywhere. Just speaking about how you probably see, for example, you get into like 7 or 8 reps on 2 plates a side, which for most people is very easy, and how we're fatiguing. But up to this point, with every single set we've done has been on chest only. We've focused on full stretch, full squeeze, time under tension. So the chest is going to be much more fatigued than if you've done feeder sets into 2 working sets of a 5 to 9 and a 12 to 15, for example. So by the time we're 7 or 8 sets deep here, chest is fatiguing, which is a really good thing because that's when the mental battle comes in of trying to keep everything in place and fatigue it even more. What that also does is it makes sure that injuries stay at bay. So we could probably press 4 plates, I pressed 4 plates aside, didn't do anything for my chest, but I could still move the weight. Yet again, we're at much more risk of injury, whereas now, everything's just on chest. It can't be heavy because the chest is so fatigued and we won't be able to lift it. So that minimises risk of injury. Chest gets more stimulation. Everybody's a winner. It just means it's just a lot of work in terms of sets and reps. And
when you multiply that over an hour with 5 or 6 exercises,
yeah,
that's how you get so much tissue breakdown in the chest and grow.
Yeah, so more tissue breakdown in the chest, more fibres broken to rebuilding and grow thicker chest as well. So it's potentially worth thinking about if you're getting through exercises and not feeling too fatigued on your muscle. A few more sets before, maybe taking them 1 or 2 reps shy of failure before actually going into a heavier set.
One. That's it. 2. 3. Keep that pace, that's perfect. 4. 5. So chest. 6. Keep moving, keep it moving. 7. Breathe, drive, come on. Keep it moving, keep the pace. 8. Again.
One wheel, then we drop. One wheel, then we drop. Yep.
Right. Slow. Flex. Come on, make it hurt. Slow, slow, slow. Drive out slow. Drive out slow. Flex. Slower, slower. Make it hurt more. Full contraction. Yes. One more. Slow, 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 slow. Drive out slow. And flex, and flex. Think side chest. Flex the chest. Yes.
Because it's slightly heavier, we could move it a little bit quicker. You see, I was probably moving that a little bit quicker. It still felt really good. But again, the time under tension that I was receiving from the previous sets wasn't quite there. So a good way to do it is to drop the weight like you saw then, and then do it super slow. But there's zero power involved. It's like if you go in with a dumbbell side raise and you're gonna move this initial bit, you could do this with a 10 quite easily. If you get a 4 kilo dumbbell and you try and do this as slow as you can, it's very fucking heavy when you're doing it like this. So it's the same principle for chest. I'm literally just trying to keep that load on my chest whilst moving it as incrementally slow as possible. But as I'm coming in, I'm trying to really just squeeze my biceps together and squeeze my chest. So it's almost like a squeeze set in a Smith, if that makes sense.
Because this is something we do quite a lot. A really easy way that I've explained to people before is like, normally when you do a press, like the human body, if you've got 2 plates side and a press, you make it as easy as you can, right? You know, you want to move it. That's what the human body will do. It's like the opposite. We're trying to make the lightweight feel as physically heavy as possible by doing it as slow and as controlled as we can. And give this one a try, guys, because it's brutal, isn't it? Like, in terms of breaking down tissue, when the muscle's fatigued from the heavier weight, going into the slow, forced, like squeezes, making that lightweight feel like 1 plate feels like 3.
7, 8, There's 9 and 10. 9. 10 back. Take your time. Yep, let's go then. Come on, fail as quick as you can. Fail as quick as you can. Make it hard. Make it hard. That's it. That's it. Make it harder. Make it harder. There's another. There's another. Come on. Keep it on your chest. Keep it on your chest. That's it. We're running out of this set. We're running out of this set. Let's go. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Chest, 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 chest. Yeah. Exercise number 3 is flat press variation for us. We prefer at the minute to use the Nautilus press. So what we're aiming to do here is where we've been able to get in the stretch and the squeeze there and the stretch in the Smith. Really we want to get it in the squeeze position now as much as possible. So with this, again, what we're looking to be able to do is use a machine where we can pin ourselves into a pad and allow ourselves to be at the end of a range of a rep, but keeping chest on. And that's perfect for this. We're going to do 3 sets of 15 on here, so 3 straight sets of 15, starting heavier and getting lighter. We start heavier rather than lighter on this one because our chest is going to fatigue quite dramatically through this. We started lighter and got heavier. By the time we get into the heavier sets, our chest is going to be even more fatigued, and then we're not going to be able to produce the same amount of force through the chest and attack it really with the same amount of intensity that we could, obviously, if we're doing it the other way around. And then we'll do a 4th set, which is going to be a drop set into a rest pause set. Again, absolutely completely wipe the chest out. And then we'll just go, we've only got one more exercise after this, which is a superset. So again, because we do 2 sessions, sessions are about 1 hour and 15 long. And then tonight it's probably going to be around 45 minutes long. So even we're still in the gym around 2 hours a day training like you would be if you're doing a normal session, but it's just broken up into 2. Intensity on the chest is, as you can see, we've got our full focus on chest today, nothing else. We don't have to go and do delts, we don't need to do triceps. And then tonight when I'm in the gym, full focus will be on delts, so everything gets full attention per time we train it.
Really been going back to back to back to back to back to back to back, like the neighborhood warriors. I don't miss, I don't play none, I don't diss, I don't say none. I go swish, that's an A1. I eat steak with no A1. Tell the chef, I said thanks. Tell I'm in the bank. Tell my mom I'm living good. Tell my kids don't stress a thing. I go back to back on the drops. Drop a lot and she pack the bag. She shot till we drop. I just wake up, I don't say nothing. I'm on go. I don't stay long. I've been up now. That's the case. I've been down.
Bit more.
Stay strong.
Just up.
That's summer toys.
15.
In the summer, boy, I keep making noise. I've been paranoid. This is God body.
4. Come on. 5. Pro debut coming up. 6. 7. Work. 8. Go. 9. Keep going. Failure. Show them what failure is. Come on. 13. 14. Come on. 15. Give it 1 more inch. Go. Go a bit further. Come on. Come on. Send it. Send it. Full chest.
What we do after this set is, if you've ever seen any of Hani Rambelt's FST7 training, just at the end of a high volume set, really just squeeze the muscle as hard as you can, trying to get as much blood in there as possible. FST7 stands for fascia stretch training. So the more you can stretch your fascia, the wider your fascia is, the more nutrients can be delivered to the muscle in theory. So just doing that at the end of a session with something that we've done for the last 4 or 5 weeks, just get the chest and really just squeeze it for as much as you can until that goes off. But also, since doing that, my side chest has actually improved because my mind muscle connection is much better, because before I was maybe coming over onto my delt, but now I can actually focus and pinpoint where I can squeeze my chest, and I can translate that into a side chest as I come round.
It's up there, and you can just switch it on.
And now my chest is on, rather than before I was a little bit like this. So now I can get my chest nice and high, and then round, and then switch that part of my pec on.
It's all engaged.
Whereas before I couldn't, I was a little bit here, but now I can just get that up
And that makes him look 10 pounds bigger when he does the pose.
So
Literally, doesn't it?
it makes a huge difference in terms of the illusion, because bodybuilding is always an illusion. And a really good way to look at this actually is when you're looking at people on Instagram and they're stood on their own. Quite a lot of people are very, very impressive. I mean, you may see them stood next to other people, and that person may not be as larger than life as you feel, so as you think actually by looking at the image. So it's really important that you try and create your own illusions to make yourself as big as possible in terms of really accentuating your strengths, especially on a stage setting. For example, me, it's trying to make my legs not overpower my upper body, but make my waist look as small as possible and make sure that my pump's adequate up top to be able to create the illusion that I'm balanced with a really small waist. And so far, touch wood, that seems to be what's happening during the posing, so we'll keep at it. So far so good today. Pump's not as good as it has been, but again, it's not going to be all the time. We can't win every session. However, everything's felt really good today connection wise, and I've had a really good chest session. So one more exercise to go after this, and a little bit of posing, just a little bit, just give you a little glimpse, nothing too much today. Fourth and final exercise for us today, or this afternoon at least. So we do a superset now. Are you going to jump in on this? Or are you going to do? So Neil sometimes does a high incline Smith. It could be any press that you want, anything that you can connect the best with. So machines that you connect best with. So we'll do a cable fly, superset straight into this. So it'll be 15 to 20 reps, 15 to 20 reps, just backwards and forwards between each other 4 times. And just get as much blood in the chest as possible. Nice and stretched, nice and squeezed, nice and stretched, nice and squeezed. And then that was going to conclude today's session. But it's a very good finish with this. And on the other session, we finish this with actually a cable fly into a Smith press. And we'll start the beginning of the exercise with another press. So that's also a nice variation if you want to try that as well. So we'll get into it and then get pumped. And then let's finish the session strong.
For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. 8-6 all the hay. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the balls. I'm flipping the. On record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want to act, not the ghost. For the record.
So with these as well, I alternate them. Sometimes I'll go from the top down if the squeeze is good there. Sometimes I'll go in front. It just depends on the day where I feel it best. Recently I've felt it a little bit better going down. So from this position. Okay guys, so that is episode 2 wrapped up. So that's chest for us. Again, like I said, we'll be in tonight to do, I'll be in tonight to do delts. So it's only 4 exercises and then 4 to 5 sets on each, so 22, 23 sets there. But again, as you can see, emphasis on how we control everything, and that's so far for me, 5.5 weeks out, I was 232 pounds this morning, so that's quite a significant drop for me. I've been holding like 237, 238 for a while, so I thought today when I come in I'd be a little bit flatter than I am, which is I'm not looking too bad actually, so I'm quite happy with that. Just need to micromanage this fullness now because my body will run away with me. My body does want to get lean, and we've still only put fat burners in like 5 days ago, so just starting to see that sort of come through now. And then also we've got some compounds to change. Right now I'll probably be taking compounds that'll make me fuller, let's say, and then we're going to go up to the general, we want to call it cutting compounds from tomorrow. So that's gonna suck me right in and be able to see some conditions. So next time we were going to be in for back. So same principle, back's a little bit of a different session. This is a few more sets in back actually. It's quite an intense session, but as you can see, doing chest like that, I do it twice a week. So I do it on Monday and on a Thursday. Same with delts. I'm not really managing to let the muscle drop off too much. By the time it starts to get a little bit flat because it's not been trained, I'm back at it again. And then now, because I've had 2 sessions this week, I'll have 3 or 4 days before I'm going to be back in at it again, so I can have a nice little rest before coming in on Monday and trashing it. Usually Monday is the best day for me to see how my physique looks because I have higher day from a lower day before, or tomorrow when I train arms only. That's generally when I look quite good as well because the food from today sort of settles tomorrow. It's not a big session and my body's a little bit fresher. So please like guys, please subscribe. comment, get me on the algorithm, because like I said last time, really want to keep doing these. Obviously we're going to be going away to Ireland. I've got 3 more shows after that planned in the US, and I would like to vlog it all, take a videographer with me if someone's available. But I'd like to be able to show you everything that I do, and just get back on the scene of showing you that I'm still working very hard in the background. I still don't miss a beat. I'm still missing consistency all the time, and me not showing that to everybody sometimes just lets me disappear into the background, and then I come back with big changes or some better changes. Whereas I really need to be showing you how I'm making them changes to be able to help you improve, and also just give you some more knowledge that I've amassed over the years that I'm really not showing. So thank you for tuning in, guys, and we will see you next time.